The Diamondbacks defeat the Pittsburgh Pirates for the second straight game in a row, winning by the score of 6-4. Hello there, I am Michael McDermott from the AZ Snake Pit, and this is game number 109 of this 162 game season. The Diamondbacks improving their record to 50-59. So anyway, in this game, Diamondbacks sent Tommy Henry to the mound for his second major league start, facing Zach Thompson, who gave the Diamondbacks fits in Pittsburgh earlier this year, although a little bit better this time around, I suppose. They wasted no time taking the lead in this one, grabbing a first inning lead in this one, although they certainly could have scored more in that first inning. So after a double and a walk to lead off the game, Ketel Marte hit into a force out second to get Rojas at third. Afterwards, Christian Walker, who seems to have figured out how to hit the ball away from the shift, had the first of three opposite field hits today for an RBI single. Again, Diamondbacks leading the first, although missed opportunities nearly came back to bite him in this one. They had a chance to tack on the first inning, but unfortunately couldn't do anything with it. The runner in third, less than 2 out situation ended up being a problem throughout this game, which the team didn't really. I think they only succeeded in bringing the run in, I think, twice in 7 situations or something like that. But I digress. So Diamondbacks sent on Henry to the mound, and he had some weird thing. The whole team in general had a weird thing going where the first 2 batters of the inning, all 18 of them retired easily. Well, 17 of 18 were retired easily. But the third out in each inning ended up proving to be more difficult to get than anticipated. Team only had 2 clean innings. That was in the 5th and 7th inning, and that was Tommy Henry getting both of them. Henry ended up going 7 innings, gave up a solo home run to Michael Chavis, but that was all the damage he gave up. 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts in the game. Although 2 of them were to Kevin Newman, where he rung up on a slider in the first inning and then got him to chase a back foot curve in the 3rd inning. So that 2 out thing was kind of weird, nonetheless. So Henry was able to keep Pittsburgh off the board. The Diamondbacks were able to tack on the second inning. Christian Walker hit a double down the right field line. A little bloop shot that fell in. Then after deep fly ball to right field by Varsho, moved up Walker to third. Jake McCarthy hit a little ground ball between the pitcher and the second baseman, and McCarthy ended up legging it out for an infield hit that ended up scoring Walker. Of course, any possibility that he was going to beat it outright, but the first baseman didn't catch the ball either. I don't remember who was on them. It was either the pitcher or the first baseman, but didn't come up with a ball, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So again, Diamondbacks 2-0 lead. That was the lead they had all the way until the 7th inning. The 6th inning, Chavis ended up hitting a home run, cut the lead in half, 2-1. But that was it going in the bottom of the 7th. So bottom 7 in that inning, they ended up getting a single in which Perdomo hit a rocket straight off the pitcher's butt. Rear end for a leadoff single. Then I think Josh Rojas ended up Rojas ended up singling to right field, put 2 on, nobody out. Alec Thomas hit a slow ground ball to first base that worked essentially as a sacrifice bunt to bring up Ketel Marte. Marte got the infield in, which was important because he hit about a 60 hopper up the middle, perfectly split the second baseman and the shortstop. This drive in 2. And usually that's where the scoring ends in the past, but they were able to tack on there, and they got 2 more tack on runs in that 7th inning, which ended up being critical because they would need them almost immediately. But afterwards, Christian Walker got on again because Christian Walker's getting a lot of opposite field hits this week. Last or so games, he had 2 against the Rockies on Saturday, and then of course 3 today. Walker got his 3rd hit. D-backs ended up loading the bases again. Dalton Varsho drew a walk, and Jake McCarthy ended up hitting a 2-run single to make it 6-1 at the time. They would need those extra 2 runs. In the 8th inning, Chris Devenski came in, retired the first 2 hitters easily, but then came apart there. A little dribbler up the middle, and that Perdomo kind of whipped on. Marte was able to get to it, but couldn't get anything on enough. But because he was running away from first base, couldn't get any momentum behind his throw, and that was enough for the hitter to leg it out. That ended up being the first domino of a 3-run inning. So afterwards, Ben Gamble hit a rocket into the right center field gap that Varsho nearly ran down, but unfortunately couldn't quite close down. Ended up being an RBI double. Next batter, Chavis, his second home run, this time off Devenski, ended up hitting it quite a bit farther than the last one. Although StatCast is only 8 feet different, but it fell a lot farther. So after the Chavis home run, it was now 6-4. Devenski was clearly having trouble avoiding the middle of the plate. That one, 2 pitches back to back, ended up getting hammered. Then he faces Rodolfo Castro, who had a bit of a snafu earlier in the game where his phone came out of his pocket sliding to third base. So that'll be interesting to see what Major League Baseball does with that. They probably just a slap on the wrist kind of fine, because that's the appropriate punishment for this transgression. Going back to Castro, he ended up getting a pitch to hit from Devenski as well. Got under it just a bit, kept it in the ballpark. So that meant, oh great, 6-1, now we need a closer. Of course, based on the bullpen situation, you knew Melancon was coming in for the 9th inning, because Kennedy had 3 of 4, Mantiply back-to-back yesterday. Melancon was on 1 day's rest, so they went with Melancon in the 9th inning. Ended up giving a 2-out walk after he jumped ahead of the hitter, which is kind of frustrating, but that's kind of what it is. Yeah. So afterwards, he ended up inducing a line out to right to close out the game. So the Diamondbacks were able to walk away with 2 wins so far in this series, with 2 to go. So as I mentioned yesterday, winning 3 of 4 is critical in this series. The Diamondbacks want to show improvement. 3 of 4 against a team that should be picking either in the top 3 next year in the draft. We're able to take 2 of 3 against the Nationals, so beating the Pirates is definitely on the bucket list for trying to get some momentum into 2023. So anyway, so looking at tomorrow's schedule, the Diamondbacks will be sending Madison Bumgarner to the mound tomorrow, facing Mitch Keller. That pitcher matchup is a coin flip, obviously. If the Pirates had the same plan of attack against Bumgarner as Henry, obviously, might fare off a little bit better. Might see a similar game. Anyways, I'll wrap it up for here. Make sure, I didn't say it before, make sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube, so that way you don't miss an upload. Make sure to leave a like and turn on notifications. And also make sure to follow me on Twitter at MichaelMcDMLB. I said I publish stuff on the Snake Pit and also some baseball analysis while the game's going on and whatnot.